Have you ever walked into a counseling session and thought to yourself, I have no idea how to help these people? Well, I have. My name is Ron Deal, and I'm president of Successful Stepfamilies and author of the Smart Stepfamily, 7 Steps to a Healthy Family. You know, a lot of counselors tell me that they're really not sure how to best help remarried couples and stepfamilies. A lot of pastors tell me that they really don't know how to do marriage education or adjust their pre-stepfamily counseling in order to help couples to be prepared. There's just so many complex dynamics in remarriage and in stepfamilies, and a lot of people just don't know how to work with them. It's one reason a lot of couples themselves get blindsided after the wedding. You see, they fall in love with a person, but they fail to realize just how big the package is that comes along with that person. And after the wedding, they find themselves struggling and not sure what to do. See, that's where you and I come in. It's our job to try to teach them and educate them and counsel them, but before we can do that, we have to understand the complex dynamics of remarriage and blended families. We have to understand what's different so we can help them. I've spent close to 20 years now counseling families and speaking to audiences around the country, trying to empower couples to beat the odds of divorce and remarriage, training pastors in stepfamily ministry, and helping counselors understand how to do stepfamily therapy and remarriage therapy. But now I'm excited that we can finally bring this equipping directly to you. I've teamed up with Bethany House Publishers, and we're creating a library of resources, books, and video in order to help you help families, and also to help families themselves. The series started with the book, The Smart Stepfamily. Now, this best-selling book really talks a lot about the complex dynamics of remarriage and stepfamily living. It talks about parenting and step-parenting and how you partner together. It talks about co-parenting issues and children moving back and forth between homes, ex-spouse relationships. It talks about stepfamily development and what it takes to really put together a family from beginning to end. It talks about faith matters and children, loss issues, loyalty issues. It's a very comprehensive guide. Now we have a DVD series, a small group series based on the book, The Smart Stepfamily, that brings couples together and allows them to learn together in a safe community. We're really excited about that resource and hope to get it into the hands of churches and people everywhere. It could be a great supplement to your counseling with families. Next, I've partnered with Laura Petherbridge. She's a divorce recovery expert and a women's conference speaker and a stepmother. And together we wrote the book, The Smart Stepmom. You know, I got to tell you, I think of all the relationships in families today in America, I think one of the most complex roles is that of the stepmother. You see, she has all the responsibilities that moms have, all the expectations of motherhood, but she has very little power to make it happen. And she gets very, very few of the rewards. It can be a very isolating experience. And so this book really tries to help women out of that isolation, helps them make sense of what's going on in their home, helps them learn how they can partner with their husband to help him in raising his children. It helps her deal with a little guilt that she may be feeling and that feeling that sometimes she's really wicked and doesn't really want to be. Next in the series, we've written The Remarriage Checkup together with Dr. David Olson. He co-authored that book with me. Now, you'll recognize Dr. Olson as being the innovator of Prepare and Rich, that great relationship inventory that's used around the world in multiple countries. It's been used by over 2.5 million couples worldwide. And this great inventory allowed Dr. Olson and I to engage in a major research study of remarital strengths. Now, let me say that again. We studied over 50,000 couples. That's over 100,000 people in our data set, trying to discover what are the strengths of great remarriages. This is not a study of first marriages, but specifically of remarriages, one of a kind, first of its kind, identifying what best predicts healthy, vibrant couple relationships. It's useful for dating couples, engaged couples, and married couples, and it combines the online couple checkup that comes out of the work of Prepare and Rich. It combines all of their research and that they've done over the last 30 years, and we put that together. Couples can go online, take the online couple checkup, look at their report and see where their strengths are and compare that to the book. And they can use those as a tool to help their relationship grow. You can use it as a tool to complement what you do in counseling or in education. And you can also use the couple checkup profile to help you in counseling. I have couples take it before they even walk into their very first session. And before I ever really sit down with them to hear their story, I already know something about them. I already know where their strengths are. I already know where their strengths are not. And I've got a little bit of a running start. I have to tell you, I am so excited about all of these resources. Finally, we have resources for counselors and for families that are biblically based, researched, informed, that will empower and equip couples to go the distance. The resources are available in bookstores everywhere and, of course, online. Oh, that reminds me. Let me encourage you to go to successfulstepfamilies.com. That's my website. It's the largest website for Christian stepfamilies in the world. It's the most referenced by other Christian ministries. And we already have hundreds of free articles for families, articles for ministry leaders to equip and empower you in your local work in the church, for counselors. You can learn about marriage therapy intensives there. You can learn about conferences that we're doing around the country. You can learn about therapy training that we may be doing in different places around the country. Let me just encourage you to go to successfulstepfamilies.com and check it out and look at some of those resources. And I think you'll be able to share those with many families. I know you want to prevent divorce. I know you want to build stronger families. But do you really understand the complex issues surrounding remarriage and blended families? Do you really know how to best help? You know, half of Americans in the United States today will have a step relationship at some point in their lifetime. And a third of the weddings in the United States give birth to blended families. But 2/3 of them will divorce. 2/3 of them will divorce. And we all know the devastating impact of divorce, but have you ever stopped to think about the cumulative impact of multiple divorce on children, their emotional well-being, on their spiritual well-being, on individuals, on churches, on our communities and our society? We have to be ready to help. So where do you start? May I suggest you go to successfulstepfamilies.com and sign up for our free monthly e-magazine. You'll be able to get a regular dose of equipping through that resource. And you'll also be able to browse the site and see what resources are available and see if there's something there that can serve you and meet your needs as you help families. You know, step families have lots of questions. It's time we had lots of answers. I'm Ron Deal, and together, you and I, we can build smart step families.